Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Semi-Perfect Podcast on this Wednesday evening. Thank you for joining us. We're well into October, so most of us are probably experiencing some October weather. I don't feel like I am, but maybe the rest of you are. We're going to be talking about a lot of things here in this podcast. We're going to be doing a bit of a preview for Ponyville Ciderfest, which is happening this weekend. We are going to be talking about the 2 new My Little Pony episodes. We will also be discussing the My Little Pony movie. Now, when we discuss the movie, in case there's anyone that hasn't seen it and is still somehow trying to avoid spoilers, good on you. And what we're going to probably do is block out a set amount of time, so we'll let you know when to come back if you'd like to avoid that portion of the show.
I also need a special screen that will go up while we're talking about the spoilers, so if you don't see that screen anymore, we're spoiler free.
That's cool. All right, sweet. Sarah's on top of this. So we'll be discussing that. Most of us have, most of the Brony community, I imagine at this point, has seen the movie. I know that there's some people who are out of country that have to wait and yada yada. Yeah. So in addition to all that, also we're gonna have a little bit of fun here tonight. As for those that don't know, Sarah and I are now engaged.
Hooray!
Engaged and ready to fire.
Engaged in combat.
It turned out to be a pretty funny story as far as how everything got to where it did. So we'll kind of recap that as well. So again, thank you all for joining us here. One thing that we typically do is we'll go through hi Dusty. We'll go through the food posts. People sending us. Yeah.
There was something that I forgot. So currently, we have Whose Line submissions that are open right now for you to submit Whose Line and scenes from Hat scenes. And I'm gonna grab those links real quick and put those in the chat because those submissions are gonna be closing right at the end of the podcast. So if you have not submitted and you want to submit, this is the time to do it. Where are those links? I'm finding them in just a second. There they are. Found them.
Haha!
And they're going in the chat.
So go ahead and submit. There are 2 links. One's going to be for...
Me. What did I just do?
Wait until the honeymoon with you and
Oh my goodness. Right in the middle of the podcast, Sarah? Is this?
No, sorry, I made a mistake and I thought I just messed everything up.
Shame.
Okay.
Oh, shame.
Alright, there we go. Now that's done.
Alright, so that's the Who's
Line
for Ponyville Ciderfest coming up.
Who is line? Is it?
So one of these is, or wait, is this the link for both?
Yes. There's Whose Line and then there's scenes. Sorry, I didn't space them properly.
Yeah, they're not spaced right.
I'll space them again.
Now you could say F you to yourself.
God damn it, it doesn't matter. I spaced it and it didn't do it anyway.
Just send it twice.
Just put them as 2 separate ones. Or 2... Yeah.
They know it. The one after... They're both labeled. Click both links, please.
What? Wait, Sarah, what?
What? I just said click both links. It doesn't matter how they're spaced. Just click... Okay.
No, it's all one link.
It's all one link. It just takes you to like a Google shortener link that says 404 page not found.
Fine.
Sarah.
Fix it.
Oh my god. Who's lying?
Sarah's not promised. She's a work in progress.
Why is it showing up as 2 links when it's spaced between, like, there's a word spaced between them?
The space between...
The butt.
Oh, man. So welcome into this. So the links that Sarah just posted in the chat, those links are for...
Whose Line at Ponyville Ciderfest.
Thank you. And so yeah, scenes from a hat and the Whose Line game. So that's gonna be fun. We're very much looking forward to it. And like Sarah said, those are going to close at the end
of the podcast.
this podcast. So go ahead and think about some of your submissions and make sure you get them in. We could use as many scenes as you can come up with.
And lines.
So,
but we do
and
have
lines.
less scenes than we have lines, so please, if you have any scenes, please submit them.
yeah, don't be afraid if you
What
think-
Trump would say if.
No.
what Hillary Clinton would say
No.
if Trump.
What Jar Jar Binks would say.
You know that all of the submissions are going to be those three things.
No.
Don't
Please
though.
don't
No.
do any political stuff. I beg you. Because it will be thrown away.
And again, as we mentioned, because I see Kestrel mentioning it, when we discuss the MLP movie, we're going to put up a screen so everybody will be able to see. For those that don't want to listen to spoilers, you could just mute the podcast, and you'll see when that screen goes away. That's your sign to head back in.
I'll
so,
show everybody what the screen looks like.
Kestrel hasn't
seconds.
seen the MLP movie yet.
That's what
Can
it
you
looks
guys-
like.
Yeah, how many people in the chat haven't seen the movie yet? You're not doing your duty.
You
As fans.
Duty.
Sure.
Yeah.
Seems two so far.
So that's the screen. Very nice. So yeah. So what we're going to. Oh yeah, food posts. Let's
Yes.
get those out of the way.
Food posts.
All right, Sarah. Who was the first food post you saw?
First food post I saw was
I see.
technically it was a
Drummer
car, Silver Blaze.
Shy. Okay, good. Yeah, and then Drummer Shy has peaches.
Hold on. Okay, so we got Silver Blaze saying no food tonight, but too busy driving my friend's new Hellcat. Got the podcast coming through the radio. Super cool. Let's see. Yeah, Drummer Shy's got like mac and cheese and
It looks just like
Tangerines?
just macaroni.
yeah, like it doesn't seem like there's cheese. Like the cheese
It's
looks
just
really
mac.
watery, so it's like
Yeah.
not mixing in with the noodles very good.
Drummer
Alright.
Shy.
Tangerines, I think,
What
or
is
something like that. And
No, I think
Diet
those are
Coke.
peaches.
They seem very orange for peaches.
Zombie D asks, "Does this constitute as food?" He's holding up Blistex.
That does
Of course
not
it does.
constitute as food.
It does.
I mean,
Well, how
sure,
about
it
this?
goes on your
How about the
lips, but-
cake? The cake slayer's got him beat. He says, "Can't make it tonight, but here's my food topic of the day: delicious trash I found today. Oh, and some dish soap."
Okay.
Lovely.
Then we've got Norse Brony saying excited for tomorrow, going off to UK PonyCon and drinking toffee apple cider to celebrate your engagement. Congratulations! Thank you very
Oh,
much.
thank you. Ross
got, like,
Pitt
little donuts.
Ross Pitt has the ultimate meal. This picture is him putting ketchup on his leg. And he says,
Oh.
"Don't mind me, I'm just eating my leg while watching the Semi-Perfect podcast."
And Chase says not going to be here for the stream, but probably going to be having some ramen, the food of men.
Nora! Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Nora's got
jealous.
ice cream.
And a cute little bowl. Everything about her post is really cute and tasty.
Especially me.
Yeah.
Carol, or the Ferb guy, says Stoffer's dinner while reading Stoffer's.
Stofers. Yeah.
Stouffer's dinner while reading Spider-Gwen and listening to the podcast.
I'm reading what's written here. It says Stoffers, okay?
Oh yeah, there's no you.
Stoffers.
It's the line cuisine.
While reading Spider-Gwen. Shut up.
Alright.
And listening to the podcast.
We got Ghosty Diamond or Captain Rosie's enjoying some semi-perfect pod via television with some off-brand Cheez-Its. Cheddar
And then
cheese
Railroad
crackers.
Bronies.
All right, we're on
naturally
TV.
flavored.
Woo, we made it.
On
Railroad
TV.
Bronies. Got my Pringles and Lemonade.
Got my Pringles and shingles.
What is
Lemonade?
Lemonade? There's like what?
There's linen in it.
No, it's like
Oh my god, say that again. Linen in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's linen in it.
no, but it is. It's I don't know what this is.
What do you? I'm trying to find out what you're seeing.
I've never seen Leninade
Is
before.
it lit?
Look at that.
Whoops.
It's got like the symbol for peace or something on it.
Peace.
How?
Oh my
Oh.
god! Like
The red
Oh.
like Lenin.
Okay.
Lenin.
Well, and then we've also got, I think this is our final food post from Laura Wishart. Does peanut count as a food post? And it's peanut, their cat. Cute.
Oh, well, it depends.
one.
Are you going
Do
to
you plan on
eat
eating your
the
cat?
puss?
Not today. You jumped off the table.
Wait, how many names do you have for Danny?
I have
Like
no
Peanut,
idea.
Nugget.
Nugget, Peanut. I've been calling her Fluffy Tail Bean Toes.
She has no idea what her name is.
Where am I?
Keep it guessing. Her guessing.
Alright. So that
Keep
wraps
it
up
hurting.
food posts.
All right, sweet. So, which direction should we go in first, Sarah?
Well, let's have
Oh,
everybody
wait.
talk about their week. Or-
Yeah, we need to know how everyone's last 2 weeks have been. Paleo, what have you been up to?
Oh, not too much. I mean, I went to go visit Saber the last weekend. That was fun. Yeah. And I also went to go see Blade Runner 2049 this past weekend.
How was it?
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Cool. Harrison Ford. As an old man. You still got it.
Have you
what
ever had
about
like a fortress because you call it Garrison Fort?
Garrison Fort.
Pretty good.
you? Hero,
Hi.
how have
Hi.
your 2 weeks been?
I went to go visit Laura and Saber, and Loyal was there too, and Paleo was there too. I drove him. Yeah, it's a lot of fun hanging out with people at a not PonyCon when you're not like running all over the place. You just
Yeah.
sit down and just be like, "Hey, you want to watch some stupid garbage?" And it's like, "Yeah, dude, let's watch stupid garbage."
Yeah, we watched
Um,
like Betty Boop cartoons and Popeye.
You all play
Well, I love Buddy. Oh my god.
Yes.
Who are you people?
I love Betty Boop, so that's not garbage. But yeah, I had a really good time hanging out with them. And their cat Danny. And I met Lammy. Lammy is moves a lot for a dog that is 12. Oh my goodness. Man, he's super cute. But and then I broke something at work and I was super stressed until today. I fixed it today, so I'm good.
What did you? Are we allowed to know what
It was
you
the
broke?
lady's heart.
Oh.
I don't. Yes. I don't know how to say it without using jargon. Another team updated a document, and I had to update my document alongside, and I didn't know, so everything broke until I updated my document. That's it. And it would be cool if it was really easy to change your document, but it's work, so everything takes like 22 years to actually do, even though it's like a 2-line change. So yeah, that was great. Everyone's just yelling. I'm like, I really wish I could just send you this document, but whatever.
Well, in that case, Saber and Laura, how have your 2 weeks been?
Ditto.
Okay.
I'll be hung out with them. Went to the pony movie. It was my birthday last week. That was fun. It's been an enjoyable last few weeks.
You're older now.
I'm older and wiser.
Well,
now-
at least you're one of those.
You're older.
Hero, please.
So
Invite
what's
me my only broke bread. What did you
you're paving the way for us who
Laura's
are about to
home.
turn 29. So like,
Skunk butt rug.
We
Good.
did watch the show together the other day, and Grace didn't believe that we were actually watching.
Ray
yeah,
said, what the fuck you talking about?
they watched Zootopia. I was so happy.
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 I'm so hippie.
I'm so happy.
Ah, shoot. Anyone who watched the last EQ? Oh wait, no, that was Pacific PonyCon
Was it?
vlogs.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah, it was. I'm so happy.
Hippie.
Hippie.
Sarah, how have your last 2 weeks been, huh?
Well, hold on. I want to tell you, I got engaged to my dog. I want to tell that story before.
Wait. They allow gay marriage in Virginia?
You stop that
They
right
do.
now. Where are you going with this?
Is that the thing that was at the forefront? At the top?
This because homosexuality and bestiality. Alright, so tell us about your engagement, Grace.
What?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to say that we got engaged, but then Saberspark had to hijack it. Thanks.
Sarah, what happened
You
this?
said it like twice before the part.
Jeffrey wanted me to say it, so yeah, me and Jeffrey got engaged. I mean, people have already known for about a week now, so. But yeah, I'm sure Jeffrey will want to spin a very long yarn about how he did it. So here we go.
When I was 7.
I'm sorry.
No, I got yarn. I don't know when you want me to, like, when I should tell this story, but
I'm gonna go away for the next 30 minutes. Let me know when
Might
y'all
as
go.
well just
You get
do it now.
do it now?
Do it now.
Do it right now?
Well, when do you expect to do it?
Do it live!
In the middle of talking about the My Little Pony movie?
Right in the middle. Like we'll
Yeah,
stop
standard.
for an intermission.
Or do it live!
Okay.
Can you
I
try
can do
to
it.
do a shortened version?
No!
Because everybody's already watched the video and seen the tweets.
No, I can't do the short version. I can't. All right. So as you guys know, Sarah and I got engaged. And that's how it happened. So, Sarah recently went out to Texas for a week and a half. I think we actually had a podcast while she was out there.
Mhm.
And prior to that, I had already been figuring out what I wanted to do, but I was able to set a lot of things up, including going on a recon mission with Panama Matt. And so we went out to Disneyland and scoped out, and I found this area that Sarah and I we've had some moments there, just kind of chilling out, and just a nice, quiet part of the park. It's not your usual bustling, fast-paced, loud part of the park. It's right near Matterhorn and Small World. There's this portion of the land where they used to have this old boat ride that was like Autopia. And they took out the ride, but they still have the pond area there, and they have like this dock that goes out, and they have a bunch of tables. So in my head, I'm like, oh, this would be real nice. There's a couple of areas where people can hide with cameras, and I could set everything up, and we'll be sitting there. And I talked this out with Tommy, and his fiance were gonna help out with all this. And so I was kind of scoping it out and telling him the plan and all this, and it all was just coming together so nice. So the day of, first off, I told Sarah like midweek, I'm like, hey, what'd be fun is if we went to Disneyland for like the whole day. Like, we haven't been there early in a long time. Let's do it. She's like, okay, yeah. And then Saturday, before the Sunday that I was going to ask when we were going to go for this full day of Disneyland, I remind her, don't forget to get your sleep because we're going to be going early. And guess who's awake when I walk in through the door at 1:30 a.m.?
Playing Red Dead Redemption.
Was it good?
Red Dead Redemption.
It's a good
And
game.
she's like, well, we don't have to get there early. And I'm like, yeah, we do, but I can't. So I'm just like, well, here, how about we only have to leave, I'll wake us up. And Sarah's thinking at this point, we're not leaving till like noon. I'm up at 8:30, waking her up, saying, all right, let's go. Now, I was in contact with Tommy. His whole plan was he was going to have a camera, and then he had another group of Shayla's sister and her girlfriend, and they were going to go and be in a different portion of the park, but get footage from a different angle. And so Tommy was ahead of me by about 15-20 minutes, and they got to the park, and they ended up getting passes, and they went to the area just about the time we were walking through into the park. And Tommy sends me this picture, and I was about to see what he had sent me on my phone, but we heard clapping as we were walking down Main Street, and we look over, and wouldn't you know it, somebody had just proposed in front of the pumpkin on Main Street. And Sarah, what did you say? Like, you said something when we walked by it.
I don't know. I was just like, oh, someone just proposed or something like that. Just
Yeah,
like,
but we all know that she wasn't just saying, oh, someone proposed.
Hold on.
I'm not that conniving.
There was a picture on Reddit recently of this guy who proposed at Disneyland in front of the castle, and he's like, I got the prime spot because there's a guy in the background proposing to his girlfriend, and I'm wondering, I'm like, is this the same day? Like, is it possible?
It is possible.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. So we see this other proposal, and of course I'm sitting there as we're walking by, and Sarah's like, "Oh, they just got engaged," and I'm just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, look at that." You know, and I know in her head she's like, "When are you gonna ask me?" And so we're walking, and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, Tommy just sent me a text." I look at my phone, and he had sent a picture just verifying, is this the right place? And what am I looking at? I kid you not. The whole dock area is open, and there's actually quite a few people in the area. But I look at the edge of the dock, the spot where I'm going to ask Sarah to marry me. And there is a blocked off fence that says cast members only. It is in the most random spot. Like, it is literally a section of like 6 by 6 feet that they're like, no. Today, no one can go
No
right there.
proposals in this spot today, okay?
And I'm losing it. I'm like, oh, shoot. Like, I knew since I was doing this in a public type of place like Disneyland that, I might have to think on my feet. I might have to, rearrange timing and all that. I wasn't worried about it being perfect, so to speak. I wanted it to be memorable, done right, yada, yada. But I never once thought that the spot was going to be blocked off. I was like, oh, shoot. And so now we're stalling. Like, well, I'm stalling. I'm walking around the park trying to, figure out where am I going to ask her now? Like, I planned this out for a month, and suddenly the spot that I wanted to ask her is gone. And I'm like, oh no, where do I ask? And I had told Tommy, because Sarah was like, oh, maybe we could get fast passes for Haunted Mansion. So I told Tommy, hey, beat us to Haunted Mansion, get your guys fast passes. So once everything else is done, we'll have fast passes that align. Tommy gets out there. He lets me know when they're clear, they have their fast passes, and they're out of the area. And so we start heading that way, and Sarah sees the Mark Twain riverboat. And Sarah, what went through your head at this moment?
Okay, so first off, with Star Wars Land being built, the Rivers of America had been closed for a long time, probably a little more than a year, or a yearish, something like that. And this was the first time that we had been to Disneyland in a while where I actually saw the boats running, and I'm like, oh my god, the boats are running! I want to go on it. Because it's funny because I wanted to go on it because it's nice and chill. I love seeing the sights at Disneyland, and plus, I wanted to get a different vantage point of some of the new stuff they have on Rivers of America. I didn't get to see that, but next time we'll go to Disneyland. We'll ride the boat again so I can actually see it.
Sarah pauses me in the middle of the engagement. She's like, wait, I'm watching the sights.
But yeah, so I was like, yeah, let's go on the boat. I really want to go on the boat. Let's do it.
So she and I'm like, well, Sarah, let's get our fast passes first for a Haunted Mansion, and she's like, no.
We can get fast passes at any time. Let's just go on the boat, because it was literally just starting to get back to the dock to let people off and then let another crowd back on. I'm like, we're gonna miss it.
Okay, now to paint this picture, Sarah's like yanking my arm, going, let's go on the riverboat, and I suddenly have this moment of, oh my gosh, I can ask her on the front of the riverboat. Like, that'd be a cool spot to. It's somewhere where we can say oh, this is where I asked, yada yada. I was like, this could work. And suddenly I'm like, I have it. The only problem is my camera crew, Tommy and all the people he's with, are somewhere in New Orleans, which isn't far, but the boat is literally like stopping right now to let people off. And I'm texting Tommy, get over here as fast as you can. I'm going to ask her on the boat. And so Sarah, I'm standing to her right so she doesn't glance into the area that they're coming from. And we're just about to start getting onto the boat. And I see behind Sarah, as I'm having a conversation with her, I look behind her and I see Tommy leading this train of people, shoving people out of the way, trying to get to the river. Just move! And I'm just like, oh my God. I told Tommy, I'm like, we're gonna go up to the second level. And the whole time I'm texting Tommy, because I knew that Sarah wouldn't think it weird that I'm texting while we're at Disneyland. Like, she'd just be like, okay. So I'm texting
at one point I did go like, it's very hard to like talk to you when you're texting so much.
I'm busy, woman. and so we go up to the second level, and I told Tommy and his gang to hang out down below. They were like some of the last people to make it onto the boat, and then it got going. So, whew, we made it. So then I'm like, I'm looking at the lighting and everything. I'm like, if I want to really make this kind of picturesque, I'll need to drag her up to the the top, the third floor where the sun's shining down on and everything. And so I'm like, Sarah, let's go up to the top level. And Sarah is like, nope, I like it.
It was a hot day, and I'm like, you want me to go up on the top of the roof where it's super fucking hot? I'm staying in the shade. Thanks.
I'm like, and I'm just like, yeah. Well, fine. And I was cool with like, I wasn't sitting here going, no, it has to be here. Like, I'm cool. It's funny to me because it was literally all these scenarios that I couldn't just explain. Sarah, I want to propose you on the top of the boat. So can we just go there So then I told Sarah, I'm like, well, I want to go scope it out real quick. So I left her. She was still sitting in the front of the boat. And I walked up to the third level, and there was actually quite a few people in the front at the top. So I was like, eh. And then I went down to the first level. Sarah still didn't know I was walking all over the place. And I told Tommy, I gave him like kind of the last briefing, like, okay, you guys all set, cameras are rolling, we're good to go. Okay, I'll text you the when to head on out. And that's when I met back up with Sarah. I saw that Tommy and his group was ready to go, and I gave them the message to all right, come on out. And so what I did, and a lot of people have seen the video, but that's when I started, doing a normal vlog, because I went there to do a couple promo videos also for some conventions. So I knew Sarah wouldn't be like, it's so weird that you're filming. As you guys know, that's one thing she'll never be weirded out by because I do it all the time. And so, yeah, so I just kind of start doing a vlog bit. And I get talking into how it was our anniversary weekend. And Sarah, you at some point while I was talking, I think you kind of caught on to where things were going.
Well, yeah, pretty much right when he started mentioning it was our 9-year anniversary, I had the idea. I'm like, oh, okay. There's like a very specific face that I make, like a little smile that I make when I finally that's not when I first caught on, but that was when I'm like, oh yeah, he's actually doing this. Cause like, yeah.
Yeah.
At first I was just like, oh, maybe he's just mentioning it in passing, just being like, whatever. And then.
Did you say yes?
Yeah, I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, Black Griffin.
Thanks.
Hi, sorry. I apologize every time. This time was weird though. Something weird happened.
I got engaged.
I know, that's the coolest thing in the universe.
And weird. No. So I start talking, and I'm sitting here, and it's funny because you guys should have seen it. Like, I I was wondering how bad the footage was gonna look because I noticed that like my hand started shaking and I'm like, oh, Sarah's gonna catch on, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And so as I'm talking and then what actually, here's the funny thing, guys. What surprised Sarah the most about when I got into proposal mode wasn't like when I got down on one knee or anything. It was that I put my camera down. Didn't you say like that really threw you off?
Yeah, it threw me off because I'm like, oh, he just put his camera down. Like, he just plopped it down on the floor next to his foot. I'm like, I mean, it makes sense because, he has to pull the ring out of his pocket.
It's funny that you say that because I also pictured that he would propose with the ring in one hand and the camera in the other. Like, I actually have the image in my head of it happening, so it didn't happen.
What? One thing I didn't mention, by the way, was when we got to Disneyland, I kind of planned this out before we even left the apartment, where I'm like, okay, I'm going to put the ring box into my jacket, so then when I go through security, I won't have to pull it out. I'll just put everything down together, and voila. And so I actually, the problem is that it was a warm day, and Sarah's like, you do not need your jacket. I like, when you look back at it, you're like, Sarah might have actually just known I was going to propose and literally just tried to make it as hard on me as possible. because I'm like, no, I want my jacket. And she's like, no, because you're going to take it off and just put it in my backpack, which was
I hate it when he puts it in my backpack because it makes it super fat and heavy.
Yeah, like
it's like a visual novel where like all the choices are wrong.
Yeah.
There's only one right path. Like, it's like when you're playing a Telltale game and it's like you have the choice, but no, you really don't. So I'm like, so we get, we're in the parking lot. She's like, no, you don't need it. So I'm like, shoot, now I need to transfer the ring from my jacket to my pocket, and then somehow not make it look like there's this weird bulge out of my pocket. Well, luckily,
isn't there usually?
Yes, and that's why she didn't pick up on it. So
it was too small.
So then we get to security, and I'm like, crap. How am I going to get through security without her just seeing me plop this ring box down? So I'm like, Sarah, let's have. What did I say? Like, I challenge you.
And that's something that we've also done before, where like he and I will split up because there's those security lines where you have to get your bag checked. So he'll usually take a different line than me, because he usually doesn't have the backpack and I do. So he was just like, "Oh, I'll race you. Let's see who can get through the line fastest."
And luckily, she got way held up.
Yeah.
And so I went through security, and I'm like, oh, okay. So far, my on the spot plans are working. And when I went through, the security guard saw the ring box. He was like, "Oh, that looks important." I'm like, "Yeah, just a little bit." So then we fast forward back to when I'm getting down on one knee. I put the camera down. Up to this point, Sarah has no idea that she's surrounded by people with video cameras now. Like, it's Tommy, his fiance is taking pictures. Tommy's filming. Shayla's, who's his fiance's sister, is there filming as well. And Sarah doesn't realize any of this. So I open up the box. I get down on one knee. I open up the box. And that was almost a bad moment, Sarah.
Yeah. When he opened the box, the ring was not where it was supposed to be, like in that little slit. It was laying sideways and like very precariously on the edge of falling. So I grabbed it.
It bounces into the river. It's like,
that would have been a moment. That would have been a memorable moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been an expensive moment, though. I don't know about that.
Speaking of an expensive moment, that is a gorgeous ring. I want you to propose to me next, Jeff.
Well, you messaged me. We talked a little bit, and I could tell that you were a little bit upset that I didn't ask you first.
I was more than a little upset.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it through.
What I thought was cyanide wasn't, though, so I'm still here.
Oh, good.
Suicide joke!
So Sarah grabs the ring, and I'm like, oh, I'll put it on. And it's at that moment where I think Tommy spoke up and said, and don't drop it. And is that what he said, Sarah? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't drop it.
Yeah.
And then Sarah turns, and that's when she's like, "Oh, there's people here," and like that was the moment of her surprise, which I figured that's what would surprise her more than anything else. And so that's when she turned to me and she's like, "How did you plan this?" And I was like, success. Because again, there was a lot of stuff that I had to think on my feet for. Not only did I have to round up everybody to ask in general, but it was the fact that Sarah, you were saying what got you was that you were the one who was so adamant about going on the boat.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay. So yeah.
Jack McBrayer was there. Was insane. He was like,
so that was kind of the short version of the story of how I proposed to Sarah. Then we went up to the top of the boat and got some nice well-lit pictures.
There you go.
Well-lit. Well, I'm gonna burn the well oil. All right. So yeah, no. So that's how it all went down, and then we spent the rest of the day at Disneyland. But it's funny just to think that like I had a spot. Gabe, I don't know if you heard this part, but essentially I had a whole spot that I planned for a month. I was giving everybody pictures. I took like 40 pictures of this area just to let everyone know, like, okay, get familiar with it, because I know not all these people go to Disneyland a lot. And I get there and I'm walking down Main Street on my way to that location to find out that a 6-foot radius of the spot that I was going to ask Sarah to marry me was blocked off. It was hilarious.
Frustrating.
It was funny though, because again, I wanted it to be memorable. I wanted it to be something that we could look back at and who knows, maybe even laugh at. And I feel like I ended up with that just from the whole scenario of, oh crap, my spot's gone. Okay. And I like where I think Sarah chose a good spot without even knowing she was choosing where she was gonna get proposed.
That's how I feel. It's like, with a proposal, you almost want something to go wrong. You almost don't want it to be perfect. So you have to,
Do you?
Why?
You said no.
I have some life stories. They're all made up.
My favorite part of this entire story was at the beginning, honestly. It was like, oh, we don't have to get there super early. Like, you gotta do.
Well, it was, and I'm like, how do I justify this? And the thing is, she didn't say like anything about it when I brought it up, the Tuesday before, because I didn't want to bring it up way in advance. And so I was like, yeah, nonchalant, let's go to Disneyland all day. We haven't done that in a while. Sure. Okay, cool. And then Saturday night, we don't have to get there early. We could leave here at like, after lunch. We can't. So it was just funny. Just
the fact that you did not do it near Judy Hopps makes me question your loyalty to the Zootopia fandom.
If it makes you feel better, Saber.
Do that.
Well, no.
I checked. Jack McBrayer's in the Judy Hopps thing.
Nick and Judy were out that day. Anyways.
I checked before. They were actually not out that day.
You would not have said yes. You should count your blessings that they weren't out.
So, what would you have done if I had like Judy Hopps hand you the ring?
I would have still said yes, but I'd just be like, God damn, this is my whole fucking life now. Zootopia.
Jason Bateman walks by and shakes his head.
I kid you not, like half of the replies on Twitter to our engagement was like, "Oh, a Zootopia theme wedding, yay!" And I'm like, "No."
Well, Judy and Nick aren't gonna get married, so why make it a theme?
Oh my god!
Yeah, just do a double wedding.
Yeah, double weddings, huh?
No, it's so expensive.
Why don't you think that Zootopia won't be part of our wedding?
Because I don't want it to be.
Sarah. Part of
divorce.
part of our being in a relationship in a marriage with someone is succumbing to all of their
I did it again.
I thought it was compromise.
Hey.
compromising to all of my needs.
No.
Yes, Sarah,
That's
not what compromise
the same thing as
means.
compromise.
For her, it's compromised. For me, it's
no, for her, surrender.
I think I actually impressed her that I didn't go the Judy Hopps, Nick Wilde route.
Yeah.
I think I earned a few points that day. But what she doesn't
Now you
know
have
is
negative 3,000.
so yeah, so that was the whole proposal bit. It was a lot of fun. I definitely felt a weight lifted off once we got it done, especially with all the stuff that piled up between walking through the park and trying to figure out where the hell I was going to ask, because I was literally like, I had to come up with something. And funny enough, Sarah ended up, without knowing, choosing where we ended up doing it. So
that's pretty magical.
That is.
It was cool. It was, and like I said, it was neat that everybody was able to be, that Tommy was able to be there and film it. And
wait, you forgot the best part though.
Did I forget the best part?
Yeah, you forgot the best part where right after Jeffrey proposed, the guy that was standing behind us asked, "Is this real?"
Yeah, yeah. So
is this real?
The guy, you see him in the video, and his expression doesn't change. And then after I do it, Tommy cracked a joke where he's like, "All right, take two," and I followed it up with saying, "All right, redo." And the guy is still with no expression change. You see him on camera the whole time. Just is like, "Was this for real?
Or is this fantasy?"
Fantasy. And I'm like, yeah. I actually, that's one thing I loved about seeing the video, was seeing all the people around. There was one woman who was just like,
oh my god. Yeah, she's on like the far right side of the shot when he's kneeling.
She's hard to miss.
We have a Louisiana wedding.
Another thing was, like, you'll notice I had to kind of yell because I knew that the camera audio had to pick up what I was saying. So I was totally still in like video mode for all this. I'm like, gotta make it sound good for the cameras when I upload this. But yeah, so yeah, and then I mentioned this. You guys were talking about seeing a proposal in front of the castle. Later that day, Sarah and I, right at sunset, we were going to get our pictures done in front of the castle. And I know they do some special, pictures and whatnot if you just proposed or if you're proposing. And because I had been reading up on all the stuff with photographers, the person 2 people ahead of us went up with his girlfriend to get their pictures done. And I noticed that he walked up, like, she was all set for her pictures, and he walked up to hand, like, his pass so they could put the pictures on it. And I noticed he was talking to the photographer kind of, just like, you could tell it was a little subdued. And in my head, I'm like, this guy's totally about to propose right now. And he totally did. I was like, yep. And I was laughing at the idea of, imagine if I decided to propose to Sarah in front of the castle, and 2 people ahead of us, someone proposed in front of the castle. It was, all right, here's the line for proposals. Okay. It was just funny, the timing of it. What's weird is that, so including ours, we witnessed 3 proposals that day. That weekend, it was like gay day weekend or whatever. I know they call it gay day, but I think it's like the whole weekend now. And funny enough, all of the proposals that we ended up seeing were actually straight proposals. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I think we announced we posted the video on coming out day. So my parents were starting to like wait. A lot of things are lining up right now.
Yeah, like his mom texted and was like, I hear that all the gay people at Disneyland are wearing red, and I was wearing a red shirt that day.
my mom's like, "Is there something I should know?" And I was just laughing. I'm like, "Mom, yes, I am. I proposed to a girl because I am gay."
You like girls? Gay.
Gay.
Yeah.
You have a
That
girlfriend?
is so
Gay.
So, all right. Shall we delve into the My Little Pony episodes? And then after that, we'll talk about the movie.
Yes.
That's the one where Pinkie
Yes.
Pie blinks.
Yes.
There's two
Yes.
episodes that we gotta talk about. All right. The
I
first...
actually saw that one, and I can talk about it.
Okay.
Yay.
But the first one we're going to talk about, I guess, is the one that Gabe has not seen. It's called Once Upon a Zeppelin. In this episode, Twilight Sparkle and her family's cruise vacation is actually a themed vacation where ponies have paid for the privilege of spending time with her, and she must please both her family and the cruise attendees.
It's like a guest was tricked into going to a convention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah,
So she doesn't. Wait, she doesn't know?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Doesn't know.
she doesn't know. Yeah.
Like
It
her
was-
parents won this trip.
It was weird because part of me felt like they were trying to like make a point with some of it. But the other part of me, I'm like, yeah, but what guest goes to a convention not knowing they're going to a convention?
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
it's fun.
I was waiting for the part where they signed Twilight, a check at the end, and she's like, "Oh,
Oh.
okay." Because I in my head, I was just like,
Ton of autographs.
yeah, I was just like, if they're trying to make a point about how hard it is for staff at a convention, I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's. Well, how would you feel if your parents showed up at a convention?
Now,
Really embarrassed.
That sense, I definitely agree. It's like, oh boy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the people aren't worked to the bone. I was just trying to. What did you guys think about the whole?
I actually
premise?
really like this episode.
Yeah, me too.
We're not spoiling, right?
We can spoil.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
been. Yeah, we're good to talk.
I actually got legitimately a little emotional when Twilight missed the meteor shower or whatever, and she
Yeah.
was like crying. I was like, oh, little baby.
One of the biggest issues I had with that episode is like she's very obviously crying and upset, and Cadence comes up to her. She's like, "You were right, Twilight. That was wonderful." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
It was
Like
the
seriously.
same cadence to drop off her baby at her house unannounced.
Yeah, I was like, oh, by the way.
I agree. It was a fun episode. Like it was because there were moments where you're just like, oh, like I felt like it was that type of episode that has a lot of like kind of relatable moments in it, where you're just like, oh, I hate it when this kind of crap happens. Like some of it reminded me of like going to say like a party, and you're just like, I want to do this thing at the party, and it's like, nope, because I go to parties all the time and I
I've
want
never
to do
been to
this
a party.
thing. Neither have I actually
Yeah,
ever.
I've been to one. Nah, not really. I'm just joking. That'll be cool. I thought it was funny that Iron Wheel was back.
I've
Yeah,
only
Yeah.
ever been to pity parties.
I kind of like that they
Oh.
have him being like this kind of like dirty businessman who's just like, well, time for the
He
next
killed
thing.
himself when he jumped off the boat. I was like, I don't leave anymore.
I can't take it anymore.
Our will doesn't have the will.
Oh my
The
god.
lamb jumps.
This isn't cyanide.
It's
Full
like
circle.
Yeah.
Well, that was just
So yeah, it was like like Sarah said, the scene with Cadence just being like, wow.
Yeah, like Cadence, and it technically like it was Shining Armor and sort of her parents too. Like her parents actually did acknowledge, "Oh, sorry, you couldn't see it," but like she's very obviously upset and crying. Like they'll be like, "Yeah, that was great. You were totally right. It was really good to see that."
How about the fans that were and just like talk to Twilight like right behind her ear? That was pretty creepy.
Oh yeah, the Star Tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? It's kind of Star Trek.
Yeah.
There was an interesting thing going on with that character, and I was kind of wondering if, I don't know, if they were going for something with that character.
Yeah.
You know, Um,
That what? He was a stalker?
no, like maybe less
Oh,
hip on the social side, so to speak.
gotcha.
Yeah. So I was kind of like, it'd be interesting if that is what they're doing with this, because it like I said, if you look at it from they're trying to make a, because I feel like this is an episode that somebody could go in and get bent out of shape thinking that they're trying to make a point about, like say us at conventions, which again it's not the case. It's not like Twilight went to this ready to go to a convention to
Yeah, she was tricked.
yeah, so
Well, her parents were tricked. Like,
well, her parents.
because Twilight was a little bit skeptical. Like, wait, you won this?
It you know what I actually thought it was gonna be was I honestly thought that they were gonna go the route of like how what are they called, life shares, is that what they're called?
Timeshares.
Timeshares, thank you.
Yeah.
When people are like,
Iron Will's into timeshares now.
I thought that's what that thing was gonna be. I thought that was gonna be the like, we didn't read the fine print. Oh no, now we have to look at timeshares. And I was like, this is weird. But then I was like, okay. This is the episode's actually the whole princess thing. Let's
Princess cruises.
People cared less about Cadence than they did her baby.
Yep.
Fine. Jeez.
All right. Anybody else have any input on that episode before we move on to the next? No.
I liked it.
Oh wait. Okay. All right. Next episode is Secrets and Pies. In this episode, Pinkie Pie thinks she sees Rainbow Dash throw one of her pies away and suspects that Rainbow secretly hates her pies. So she attempts to catch Rainbow in her web of lies. So.
Dun dun dun.
Rainbow Dash apparently doesn't like pies. And that's just a foreign concept to me. But it is what it is, I guess.
It felt kind of
honest. No. You were talking.
Oh, okay. It felt very season 1-esque in my opinion. Just ponies doing pony things with no mention of maps or like.
Yeah, you're right.
It was. That was the biggest thing I was gonna say about this was season 1.
Right, which that was refreshing, honestly.
It's also like one of the funniest episodes I think we had in a while.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Some of
like
the
Pinkie's
facial
faces,
expressions.
Yeah.
What was? I can't remember.
Now
what she
eat
said.
them.
That killed me.
I agree. That was...
Gabe, you were gonna say, to be honest.
Yes, there was one that really, really, really bugged me way more than it should have. And you know what? My Little Pony's not the only thing guilty. People do it all the time. It's like, I gotta stare. I can't blink. If I blink, either the monster will get me, or the Rainbow Dash will tie pies to a balloon, or, you have 2 eyes. 2 eyes. You don't have to blink them at the exact same time.
Gabe, not all of us are androids like you, okay?
She licked her eyeballs. I mean,
and that whole scene with Rainbow Dash, like, eating that big gross pie was it felt SpongeBob-esque.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the only thing that really I was like, huh? Why are you gonna eat garbage? I was like, no. I was actually really upset because I thought she was actually gonna eat it.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite things, I completely forgot about
Is
it.
it the Applejack thing?
Not the Applejack thing, but that is one of the things. Go ahead and say the Applejack thing. Then I'll say the other thing.
Paleo and I both got a kick out of when Applejack was visiting Pinkie in her cellar. I forgot what Pinkie said beforehand.
It was like, are you sure you've seen her eat one of my pies?
Right, and Applejack's like, that's why. Edit.
Well, I've definitely seen her eat apple pie before.
It was just like the most like honest, down to earth, like, oh yeah. Question mark. I love it.
At the end, like after Pinky hugs Rainbow Dash, and then like Rainbow Dash is like, "If we're talking about being honest, your hugs are a bit too tight." And then Pinky's like, "No, they're not."
Shut the fuck up. Jesus. You can always tell me anything unless you're telling me something. Nah, it was. I enjoyed that episode. I had a lot of fun with it. It was just funny. Yeah. And I liked that it was kind of like, I think Hiro said it, how it was refreshing because it was just such a day in the life, you know, just here's a small issue, you know, oh dear. It was I liked the whole like gimmick about like how Rainbow, like the lengths she went to hide the pies. That was a really long blink, by the way, that Pinkie Pie took, if I may say so.
Yeah.
I think it was a Matrix blink.
So anyone else have anything to add?
Had a good time watching it.
Yeah, good stuff. Continues. That's good.
I like
It's
the
good.
animation symbols. They're getting real good.
Mhm.
A lot of
Yeah.
extra ones.
Yeah, there was a lot in this episode that
I don't like when the characters keep their eyes open too long. They look like infected. It's the same thing with Scootaloo in that one episode in the woods.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well.
Good talk, guys. Good talk.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, is it time?
I think it's time to talk about.
Okay, so we'll give about a minute here, folks. If you do not want to hear spoilers in regards to the movie, mute us. You'll see the tab. Maybe I shouldn't have said mute us before I explained. Oh, too bad. We're gonna have a screen up. Once that screen goes away, you're good to come back in. We will not discuss movie spoilers after that point.
Yeah. Screen
Okay.
is up as of right now.
So again, we'll give them a few extra seconds here.
Yeah.
What I want to hear about is not spoiler related, but so Saber,
What?
you had a whole party that you guys all saw the movie.
Yeah, Paleo and Hero visited. We saw this group. But before that, when I went with the Burning Club at her school, so it was enjoyable. We had a good time.
Nice. And then how was your theater? Out of curiosity, like how many people were there?
There was a girl behind us trying to sing along with the song. That was annoying. She could be about like 11 or 12, and it was the first song we know. You got this, and she's like, "You got this," and it's like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like,
Doesn't she know? Like, don't parents know that this movie isn't for children? You think they'd be more?
I don't care if it's a Pixar movie. You don't talk during a movie. It's
Yeah, but
rude.
My Little Pony. I mean, it has, I think, a PG rating.
Ma'am, could you get a hold, ma'am, could you get a hold of your child, please?
And yeah, so actually, I just realized. So it was Hero, Paleo, Saber, and Laura, and all you guys went together with a few others. And then Gabe, have you seen the movie yet?
No. I'll tell you why. I hate, for one, going to movies by myself. Hate it. I did it once. And
I really
felt
thought you were
like
gonna say
the
something else.
loneliest, most awkward person in the universe, and I've never done it again.
I
don't
do
know
it like every week.
I just can't. I hate it. But I don't know a single person here who would go see the movie with me. I've been invited by a few people in Vancouver to go see the movie with them, but I'm not in Vancouver, so hoping I book something up there so I can just go up and watch the movie with somebody who wants to see it.
I mean, worst case scenario, you can watch it with us in November.
That'd be great. I would be totally down for that. I mean, I do want to see it. There's supposedly, I mean, I'm curious to see how it all came together for sure.
Well, Gabe, out of curiosity, do you want to avoid spoilers?
Oh no, I already know what happens.
You
See,
do?
this is
Oh
why
yeah, I've known for a while.
So you knew that Twilight dies, and you never said anything.
That's in the second movie.
Is that in the second one? Shoot, it's incredible.
Well, I guess I don't know the solid plot, but I know from people that I know who, they told me things that happened,
Okay.
mostly things that they weren't happy about, or that they thought were stupid. I'm sure. Didn't Mitch vent to you guys when he was drunk?
he vents to us.
Which time?
Yeah. When isn't he drunk? That's a better question. It was. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say our theater. We had a few bronies. I was recognized out there.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it in the theater. But what I love about bronies is you can pick them out of a crowd. Oh yeah.
That's the one, officer. Evil. What's wrong with Tony?
No. I was worried a little bit because there were some families that went to see it on the Thursday night opening. During the previews, there was a group that was getting a little bit loud, and I was like, "Oh, please don't, like, please don't make us look bad right now. Don't do that."
There were a few times during the movie where they would make the odd remark, like being like,
"Oh, Spike!"
"Oh, that's Spike."
But it didn't take away from the movie. Like they maybe 3 or 4 times said something that was noticeable, but other than that, it was like, okay, good. Like, good. I was glad to see that everyone behaved themselves, and it sounds from I guess we got compared to Rick and Morty's fandom or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh jeez.
You want me to bring up the green text?
Oh, someone in the chat mentioned Crazy Man.
Oh my god! I forgot. Oh,
What?
What?
I have to read the greatest comment.
No, I was
on
gonna
YouTube.
read it.
You're gonna read it. We'll
Yes.
read that after we're done with the spoilers, because
okay.
it doesn't have any spoilers.
Yeah, it does. But someone in the chat, Crazy Man, says, "Oh my god, can we talk about the little short that played before it?" I do kind of want to touch on that short because it was really cute.
Let's do it.
And I thought it was really well animated. It was.
What was it though?
I have a feeling that it's going to be a promotion for a new show that they're doing or something like that.
It is. She was at HasCon.
Cute. It's cute. I want to check it out. It looks adorable.
The little girl was like bloody adorable. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You're so cute.
Dude, I got pissed off though at the little like Gumby thing.
Right?
I'm like,
Hanazuki.
you did
You know,
this.
What,
you know what
yellow?
they are?
Yellow.
You know what they are?
What are they?
They're the mutant offspring of minions and rabbids.
No, they're like
Oh
dots.
my god, you're right.
They look like dots, like the candy.
No, they look like little rabbit things.
I don't actually remember
They're
what they
little
look
rabbits
like. I just
that
remember.
represent the colors of the rainbow.
Well, Judy Hopps.
No, they were Pikachus.
Pikachu!
Raymond. The little yellow guy pissed me off because he's like, "Oh no, now I'm gonna die," and I'm like, "Yeah, because you're stupid."
Look at what Dusty said in the chat. He said,
The
"Friggin'
short made
Hanazuki
no
bullshit."
sense.
Wait, what did he say?
He said friggin' Hanazuki bullshit.
Oh. I was reading his other one. The short made no sense. I mean, I guess if you just...
Oh my gosh, Nora, are you not kidding? Nora Mermaid just said, "So I had to go home with 2 police officers halfway through the movie because my dad forgot that I was at the movies and it freaked him out because he thought I was kidnapped."
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh no.
Wait, but how did they find it? Like,
Why
I
didn't
think they
he
kidnapped her
text
and-
you?
No, wait, hold on.
I think
the
they-
police,
They tracked her
police
phone.
come up and like drag you
Tracked
out
her
of the
phone. That's
theater?
how they found her.
That's hilarious.
What?
That means that the cops are like, the people are like, what's going on? Why are they dragging this lady out of the theater? It said it's rated
Aw.
PG.
Nora, did you chuck cupcakes at them or something? Like, take that.
Pinkie Pie.
Yeah. She
That's
was.
really funny. Sorry, Nora, that sucks.
Aw.
That's really funny though.
Nora, that's gonna be a story
Yeah,
that you
there's like a
can tell
warrant
your
for her.
grandchildren someday. Like, that's a story to hold on to.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
man.
God.
That's so funny. Just wait till you hear about the comment that is on my video if you want to hear about an experience. Yeah. So, anything else about the short?
No. Let's go to the movie.
Nora said that she can't assault a police officer because her dad's a politician. Nora, in fact, I would suggest not doing it no matter who.
Yeah.
I had water in my mouth. Dang it.
Now is the time.
Oh, God.
Alright, shall we delve into the movie?
What movie?
My Little Pony, the movie?
Blade. So when I walked in with my brony shirt on, they're like, "So what movie you seen?" And I was like, "Blade Runner." Obviously.
No, she was like, let me guess, My Little Pony? And then he's like, no, Blade Runner. And she's like, oh, okay.
I did not like Blade Runner. Sorry, boys.
I haven't seen
But
it.
you.
Sorry, girl.
How did you see Blade
Wait,
Runner?
you saw Blade Runner but not the Pony movie?
Yes, because people I know actually want to watch Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
Gabe, are you not open about your broniness? Do you need to talk?
I just don't want to see it by myself.
But you saw
Nobody
Blade.
here wants to see it.
You tell your mom. Why didn't your mom see it with you?
Oh yeah, that's great. I will complete the stereotype.
That's wonderful.
Be sure to take the fedora
This
with
is my
you.
mom. She's gonna see the movie with me. Want to see my pony underpants?
Alright, it's been like 10 minutes and we haven't really talked about the movie yet.
Oh, that's because we're good. Oh, I know we haven't actually hit a single
movie
spoiler.
then. It's getting late.
Yeah. So,
Calm down.
let's
Tried to
do
perfectly
overall
well
thoughts. And then we can, like, delve into...
Yeah, what did you guys think?
That was
I like-
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it was pretty good.
I think as a pony person, I enjoyed it way more than I would have, provided I was not a pony person, and I just happened to walk into the movie theater and watch it.
Yeah.
It helped
That's-
knowing things, but I also felt like it carried itself enough that I think there would have been certain things that would have been like, huh.
You think so?
It's hard to say. It really, like, I don't know. It's hard to say from where
Because
I'm at.
you're in the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're into
Right.
stuff.
I'm one of them. No, I had a lot of fun with it though. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I really
So,
liked
yeah.
the music. I think my favorite song is the one that Capper sings.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Dang, everyone has a different favorite song. It's crazy.
I just really like the melody of it, plus, like, the singer, he's really good.
Mhm.
Does anybody remember the opening song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it go?
Really nice sounding. Oh, you meant like that. I thought you meant... Do you mean the first song? Like the first, like, sang song? Or like
Yeah,
the
like the
opening?
the open, like jingle.
Oh, the...
Right.
Oh.
It did sound nice. I just forget what it sounded like.
I'm just trying to figure out if they used
The
went with
pony's
someone
got the
else's.
beat thing? Or is that what you're talking about?
Oh no,
Okay.
mine didn't have that in.
Uh.
I was told they were probably not going to use it.
You know what it sounded like? It was like...
That's the answer to the question.
Yeah, it was that song.
I
We got the
recorded
beat.
something for the movie,
Mhm.
but I think it got cut.
Yeah,
We
it
got
is.
the
We got the
beat.
beat. Yeah, we got the beat.
Pony's got
Yeah,
that
you're right.
beat.
Yeah.
Nice. No, I thought the music was definitely a highlight.
Mhm.
What did you guys think? So now that we've seen a full movie with it, what did you guys think of the animation?
It took a while to get used to, but I really liked it once I got used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's really interesting because I feel like Tempest had like some of the most robust bits of animation. Like
Right,
there was that one scene where she kind of let her cool like down, and she was like getting frustrated, and she's like, I will not let one little princess let me get away from or keep me from getting my horn back. And like her subtle facial animations was really good on that one. And I was like, damn.
There were some scenes with the animation that I was like, holy cow, now this, like, I can't remember what was happening, but it was with Twilight, and I think there was like lava or something. I forget, like in my head, I can't even remember
that was the short at the beginning, dude, with the lava.
Oh, it was so good with the yellow guy. No, you're right. Actually, you're right. There was lava there. No, but there was a scene, and like I said, I can't remember. I just remember the animation had me going like, "Holy crap!" It was near the end of the movie, and I was like, "Okay, now this is where they're using this kind of animation, right?" Where there were other parts where, like, you know, where they're looking up at the blimp, it just looks like there's like white space below them. At times, like sometimes I felt like the detail on the ground was just kind of missing, and then there were other times where I was kind of like, "Whoa, this is great." It wasn't enough to like the parts that bugged me weren't enough to make me like be like taken out of the movie. I was just like,
Ooh, you know what scene I really liked was when Twilight and the ponies got sucked underwater, and every single one of them just accepted the embrace of death and closed their eyes and gave up.
Like say it makes it sound bad, but like it really was an interesting scene.
She can teleport, but she's like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, the Twilight was like, well, I guess we're all gonna die, and she's just like accepting it, and then like, I think it was like Rarity who said it. It's like, about time, Twilight. And he's like, I didn't make these bubbles. And it was like, so like they were aware that Twilight would probably save them because she has the power to, but she didn't.
Yeah.
She gave up.
Thank
I
you.
thought we're finally getting help free.
Dusty was right. He said it's the cage scene that I'm talking about when Twilight's in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The open up your eyes thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they kind of did that thing that they sometimes do with the different type of animation for the Tempest story.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of her backstory?
That was really weak, I gotta be honest.
I feel like
sorry.
Yes.
I feel like it would be better if they didn't just allot like a whole like 1 minute to explain her backstory. I feel like there needs to be some other scenes where there's like instances where like it's brought up or something other than she did have that instance where she's like, I'm not gonna let one little pony get in the way of getting my horn back. Like that's kind of like a hint of like, oh, something bad happened to her, like, and that's why she's like doing all these things to get her horn back, whatever. But like I feel like, I don't know, just needed
I thought
more
it was kind of
development.
hardcore in a way. Like I thought it was super hardcore though that she like actually, like, what was it?
Faced
Ursa
up
Major?
Ursa Minor
It was Ursa
or Major.
Minor.
It was a minor. Well, whatever it was like the fact that thing. I think it's like the first time we've actually seen a pony get physically damaged.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy crap! Like, okay, so to me it was interesting because I get where you guys are with like the kind of weak backstory, and I think I agree with Sarah with why. I feel like it suffered a little bit with the fact that, you know, it's like, oh, so her friends were like, well, we're gonna go play ball by ourselves. Where I kind of looked at it at like kind of having to grow up with, I guess, like a disability or something that makes you very different from everyone else. And, you know, I think that was the angle that they were going for, was like, oh god, now screw everyone else. You know,
I just feel like it didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I'm still like, I remember I actually went like, whoa, when the Ursa Minor smacked her and her horn broke off. I was like, dang.
Does does Twilight getting like Kamehameha do like a whole bunch of rocks in season 4 finale count as physical damage? Because that would really hurt.
Well, it's not. Well, it was physical damage, but it wasn't visually represented in the same way as Tempest,
to be honest,
where she has a scar and like her horn's broken.
Mm-hmm.
The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking of like some scenarios, like the what episode? It was the season finale. I think it was the one where Starlight was going through all the different universes.
Yeah,
and they showed like Rainbow Dash with like a metal wing or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Starlight would have
also the
figured
dead
out the
pony in
entire
Hearts of
movie
Moves
in
Day.
like 5 minutes.
She did what in 5 minutes?
The Starlight would have resolved everything in 5 minutes.
That's Megan McCarthy's style.
Yeah, though I think they started this before Starlight was like even a thing in the show, as far as the script goes.
Yeah, didn't she show up like in the
beginning?
Yeah, there's like a little bit.
Yeah,
I think
you
she
can
like
see
shows
it.
up in the beginning, like in the background, and also at the end in the background.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, I had fun with it. That was the biggest thing for me, was I was just like, please don't, like, you don't need to be, some amazing Oscar contender for Best Picture. I wanted it to be a fun movie that, that essentially, and that's what it was. Like, I mean, yeah, you can look at Rotten Tomatoes and oh no, but at the same time, there's a lot of movies that I've realized that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to look at the Rotten Tomatoes. Don't do that, guys. Don't look up movies that you already love and see, oh, I wonder if Rotten Tomatoes gave this a good score. Because sometimes you're going to be like, oh, I like trash.
Dusty brings up a good point in the chat, because I was going to bring this up too, is that there are prequel comics that go more into the backstory of the movie. And I read them after seeing the movie. But, like... It's kind of weird, is that, like,
in order to get the full experience, you have to read the comics first.
You gotta do homework. And, like, Alien Covenant did that. And I'm like, oh, because they did it where they released a short on YouTube. With the characters, and they had more backstory with the characters in Alien Covenant. So, yeah, the thing is, like, I don't know where you would put some of these backstories in the movie, because the movie's already like an hour and 39 minutes, which is on the longer side for animated movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if like people would like it as much if it was like a 2-hour animated movie.
Well, I mean,
interesting.
There are things, like certain elements of the movie, that I feel could easily be replaced, kind of like the pirates and stuff like that. But those were fun characters, but they really did not show up much after that
Also,
whole like.
the best song in the entire movie was in the Pirates.
Ponies of the Caribbean.
Awesome.
So I want to say a really quick thing about Pinky. So Pinky, if you had asked me 3 weeks ago, my like list of ponies from like favorite to least favorite, Pinky be on the bottom.
Yeah.
And now she's not on the bottom because they made her a character in this movie. I was like, oh my god, actual characterization and like emotion. Wow.
Actually, I think that was one of my favorite parts. Was when like Pinky and Twilight like actually got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
love it when animated movies do that.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, do that. I love that. I'm pretty sure all 5 of them went off and just sat like on the other side of a rock, and they're like, "We're gonna give Twilight an hour timeout here," and then they're like, "Okay, now we'll go back." But yeah, no, I agree.
It's been good.
One thing I love about animated movies is seeing characters cry.
Right. It sounds terrible, right? But like for real, I'm with you.
Yeah. And she had a good cry.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Full of
I
Twilight
like how she
tears.
kind of when she was crying, she was like she did a little deep breath thingy. I'm like, I like that detail. I like that they actually show her like crying and boo boo. It's like you're sobbing, and that was really good.
Yeah.
Not a good
Oh yeah, and also that other detail of where the 5 are going away and Spike is just staying there for a little bit, and then she goes towards Twilight. I thought
The
that was
loyalty.
yeah.
Max Gallardi's Spike.
Yeah.
You're right.
And the desert scene, I guess he was already thinking about it, and I leaned over to Laura, and I'm like, it looks like Max Gallard, like Hot Diggity Demon. Which he was like, I know, right?
Right. I try not to talk during movies. I just want to be focused on the movie, but like, I just had to comment on that. I was like, he does look like.
I'm looking forward to when this movie comes out on DVD. Because I think
when it comes out for download on the internet.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think we'll have some fun with it. Now, how long it'll stay online, that's a different question.
Or the 4-hour reaction.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be a super long react because it's like an hour and 39 minutes. So
you're going to have to pick and choose, man.
No, that one. Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell people just react to like 5 scenes. That's all you get.
5 scenes you're choosing.
So does that you think fulfill anything else anyone wants to say about the movie?
I just want to ask what your favorite song is, Race.
Oh God, I think Saber asked me this, and I was like, oh, I need to figure it out. I mean, I think, I hope I don't offend anyone here, but I think I liked a lot of them, like kind of on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
When I rehear them, I'll be able to really pinpoint like, oh, this is the one I like the most. But I think the one I liked the least was the one at the end of the movie.
Rainbow.
The pop star one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one. It was cute.
I mean, I'm not saying it's
I
bad.
have an opinion.
I'm just saying that it was my least favorite of them.
How about everybody list
my
their
favorite was
favorite
the first
song?
one.
The which one?
Yeah,
My favorite
what's
was
that one?
we Got This.
Okay.
From the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Pirates one because the literature really great. Like
Time to Be Awesome or something like that.
yeah, how it's saying like talking about how it's like because you grew up doesn't mean that your story's over. And I'm like, that's really cool. I like that.
I like One Small Thing because the bass line is cool and also because Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah.
I think I'll say at least for now, the awesome song. I went into that one. I enjoyed it because Rainbow Dash sang a song, and it was awesome. It actually, like, I was worried when I found, like, because I think I knew there was a song called, like, something regarding awesome that Rainbow Dash was gonna sing, which I was like, well, it's not really a spoiler. It's just I know there's a song called that.
Oh my gosh! When you're done, like, I gotta share a story.
Okay, I was just gonna say that I was kind of worried when I found that out because I'm like, oh God, like you hear there's a song that's gonna be called "Be Awesome" sung by Rainbow Dash in a movie. You're like, oh, please, Rainbow, please. Please. But it ended up being good. I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't like I'm Rainbow Dash and awesome. What's your story, Saber?
I was looking up the song up on YouTube, and I accidentally had a filter on for like the show, like the recent uploads from that day. So there's a lot of fan songs or covers, and there was this little girl singing, and it was like the reverb on it was insane. I showed it to Hero and Paleo, and because the beginning of the song goes, "I know the world can get you down," or the girl goes, "I know the world can get you down." It was just really funny. I heard one of them, like some Indian guy. It was great. Like, I'm like, I know it's stupid, but they're all really funny, and it's cool that the movies inspire people to make stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, with that, does anyone else have anything to add? Obviously, this will be something that will probably, that will come up in conversation multiple times throughout later podcasts. But if there's anything else that anyone wants to add?
Yeah. I actually like One Small Thing so much that I have legit been singing it since I saw the movie, and today, you betcha butt, I sang it again. It is stuck in my head, man.
Which song is that?
What's the one with the hippogriffs? The sea pony, whatever one you want to call them. Yeah, where Pinky's singing to them.
Was anyone disappointed that we didn't get any Shooby-Doo, even just as a joke?
Well, they aren't sea ponies.
So
Yeah, they're hippogriffs.
Oh wait. On a
Well,
similar
they
strain
were
with like
sea
the hippogriff thing, there was so I used to have a mythology book when I was a kid, and I read it pretty religiously. And it was something that I was just talking to Matt about the other day, just kind of nonchalantly. I'm like, yeah, so like they're hippogriffs, but then like when they're the sea pony version, they're hippocampus, which is like the horse plus fish. And he's like, that makes so much more sense now. And I'm like, oh. But yeah, I guess that's a little tidbit I shared just in case you didn't know that. But yeah, that's the connection between the whole hippogriff and sea pony thing, is that hippogriff and hippocampus. Yeah.
And one
And
last
not to be
thing.
confused with the hippocampus, which is in your brain.
Yes.
One last thing. I found it a little. I mean, I guess the movie can only be so long, but I feel like Applejack, Rarity, and Fluttershy were just not in this movie, like at all.
Yes, the Twilight, Pinky, and Rainbow Dash show.
Right. I think Fluttershy said "yay," and then she like consoled
her
the
whimper.
villain.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of the
Fluttershy really
reasons-
didn't do anything.
One of the reasons we got this is my favorite song in the movie is because like every pony sort of has their own part in the song.
Yeah.
But Fluttershy's part, she just says the chorus and a bird sings, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andrew Lemon forgot to show up that day, so they were like, well.
Already
okay.
got a few good scenes that like her whole like whining about the bad guys have won. I'm sorry. But yeah, where she's doing her usual thing where she complains about everything. All right, so I think that's gonna be it for My Little Pony movie talk. So I'm gonna switch off the spoiler screen so people can
Okay.
come back.
All right,
Alright.
so what we're gonna do is people, start realizing that we're not talking about spoilers. Sarah, do you have the comment ready?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a little bit of a background, very quick. The night that we saw it, we saw the movie with Panama Matt, and it was Sarah and I. We, as I was driving around the mall, and uploaded that, I think early the next morning. And on it, there were people who were commenting that had seen the movie, and some of the people who had, what they thought about it, yada yada. They were just, just commenting on what we were saying too. But there was a comment that I received on this video for the My Little Pony movie review, spoiler free, on ACRacebest channel. Subscribe, like, comment. And it was a comment that I started reading, and I went, "Oh my gosh, this is possibly the greatest comment I have ever received on any video ever." All right, are you guys ready for a little bit of a story time with this comment?
A total of 692 words of it.
Sarah?
And also, well, okay, slightly
what were you gonna
NSFW
say?
ahoy. It's just
It's
so everybody-
very.
okay. So, should I say who this was by? The comment was by, because I did write by, and then the author of this amazing comment. Should I
Sure.
say it?
Sure,
Okay.
we're quoting it.
All right. By Nathan Dennell. Thank you, Nathan. I took my daughter to a MLP movie the other day. So everyone knows this little show for kids called My Little Pony. Well, let me tell you how my daughter and I stopped watching this show forever. So my daughter loves My Little Pony. I watched it with her, and it's quite a cool series. Seems like a funny kids show and not exaggerated with the girly things. When they announced the movie of it, she got really excited and wanted to watch it. So as her mom, Nathan Dennell, as her mom, I couldn't just let her go by herself. She's not old enough to be alone, so I thought I'd take the chance to go with her. So it's the day. The movie is now in theaters and we set sail and go. But when we get there, I was quite surprised. I expect other moms with their adorable daughters using their My Little Pony toys in their school bags with a figure of a kid's show, or the occasional dad that has to watch the movie because the mom told her so. That doesn't make sense. Instead, we saw a lot more guys with really weird-looking faces, questionable hairstyles. Some of them had My Little Pony t-shirts, accessories, and a lot of them had Applejack t-shirts. The cowgirl pony. It was just...
Okay, now pause there, Sarah.
Okay.
So here's the setup.
That can't be right. Applejack isn't that popular.
No, that's why I went. This is so unrealistic. No, so we got some guys in the theater with some weird faces. Okay, weird-faced bronies with Applejack t-shirts. So obviously these guys really like Applejack, apparently.
No, it's the KGB.
Oh, well, let's find out
Undercover.
just how much.
It was just really uncanny for me, and my daughter took a bit to realize that. Well, that didn't stop my daughter to go watch the movie. My daughter begged me for it, so I watched it anyways. When we get inside the theater, most of the people there were guys. In fact, I think that everyone in that moment were guys, and only my daughter and I were the females, as far as I could tell. It was really awkward being there. The place had a not-so-pleasant smell. A lot of guys also behaved strange, because when something funny happened, all of the guys started saying, "Oh my god, I love you, Twilight!" And some of them were making high-pitched noises like, "Aww!" And most were just saying, "Aw, Fluttershy, you're so cute." It wasn't really that bad, though. It was somewhat tolerable, but it took around 30 minutes for both me and my daughter to get used to them. After that, my daughter started to enjoy the movie, and me too. But then...
Okay, now wait. This is where this becomes my all-time favorite comment I've ever read.
Yeah.
All right, guys?
All right. Get ready. Buckle
Here
up.
we go.
But then, the moment Applejack appears on screen and starts making her loud noises, everyone on the theater went silent. It was really weird and sudden. My daughter and I became dumbstruck with apprehension. Then, all of a sudden, I heard the wave of unzipping pants. And all of them raised their hands and suddenly unzipped their pants and started masturbating to Applejack. We got really scared. Suddenly, the whole theater has guys that are making moanings, and some of them orgasming already, and some were yelling Applejack's name as they came. My daughter was confused, and I told her to cover her ears, and I would cover her eyes. We had to leave as soon as possible. We managed to get past a few guys jacking off, and some of their cum got on clothes. I ignored this. I had to leave. But then, in less than 5 minutes, they all start orgasming, and then the whole place starts getting white, slimy, and wet.
What the heck is happening?
They all start coming, and we got showered in their cum and juices. They didn't stop yelling, "Applejack!" and just made the weirdest high-pitched moans ever. It was the most disgusting and awful thing that happened to us. But there was no time to waste. We had to leave this place as soon as possible. That was the day when we just stopped watching the show. We realized that the show wasn't made for kids anymore. My daughter doesn't even dare to watch that show anymore or hear anything about it, and she seems to be confused at what all the people were doing. As for me, I think I'm afraid of My Little Pony's viewers in movie theaters. We don't watch that show anymore. No one should either. It's cursed.
Except the guys who enjoy masturbating to Applejack.
Okay, so I remember reading this at first and going, "Oh no, it's probably like a legitimate complaint." And then I kept reading, and I was laughing out loud. I was like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever read." It's so over the top, but at the same time, I'm like, "Wow, Like, it took them 5 minutes to get out of the theater. They got jizz all over themselves, apparently. I'm just like, yeah. But my favorite part is, imagine going through this experience and everything you took from it is, I think I'm afraid of My Little Pony's viewers.
You know what's funny? Is
And
the follow
movie theaters.
where they're like, so in order to escape and find some reprieve, we drove to the local McDonald's where there was a long line out the door. Cue Pickle Rick.
Oh god, it was so beautiful. This whole thing.
Someone in the
This
chat,
whole
Nikki
story.
D, says, "No, was that legit or not? No, it's totally fake. Completely fake. Don't worry about
That
it."
is a shit post.
Very
The
fake.
comment, the comment is real.
Well, the
Like,
comment is a real thing that someone posted, but it is a complete fabrication. That
No.
this is not
If this-
somebody's real experience that happened in a theater.
guys, if this
Is it
happened,
supposed to be funny though? Is it a joke?
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if
don't
they
know.
posted it as a joke, but maybe. I
or to
don't know.
try to make. I
We
don't
don't know
it was either-
Nathan
It
Reynolds-
sounds like a joke.
Yeah, we don't know
sounds
Nathan's
hilarious.
true motives.
It sounds like a joke, or it could be someone saying, "Oh, I'm gonna slander." But the thing is, if this actually happened, I don't think they would have just left, and been like, "Well, we're not gonna watch that anymore." you're calling the cops, and this stuff's in the news the next day. Like, you're not. But I loved it. I just loved this whole thing. Applejack, man, you gotta watch out for her.
Yeah.
Us bronies are uncontrollable when Applejack's on the screen. Also, do you guys? You guys recall the scene that or Nathan is referring to, right? the part where Applejack gets on
Applejack
screen
makes her
and
loud noises.
makes her loud noises.
30
That
minutes into the
specific
film,
scene?
apparently.
Yeah. It was a good one. I guess she didn't show up for 30 minutes of the movie
Yeah.
to make her loud noises.
Yeehaw! By the way, I
That's
thought
how
it was
I know
really
it's not
funny
real,
where like
because no one cares
handing
about
out
Applejack.
scripts. They're handing out scripts for the movie. Here Tabitha, here Tara, here Peter. He opens the pages. Yep, that's it. Thanks for joining us, Peter. You can go home now.
Don't they have enough samples of the man saying "yep"? They don't even need to like call like.
If someone's trying to piss them off at the studio, they're like, call him Peter.
I'm
Bring
sure
him
he's
in.
tired of like seeing that on scripts too. Like
Oh,
really.
God.
I don't know. It's like they get paid as much as all the other VAs, and they're like, "No, I actually love this. It's the greatest gig I've ever gotten." So yeah, did you guys like that comment?
No, it's funny.
It's beautiful.
That's a good. That should be a green text.
It's just so unreal that I'm just happy someone took the time to write that out.
The unanimous,
Or copy.
all this unzipping was pretty funny.
The wave of unzipping pants. Alright, shall we delve into Ponyville Ciderfest? We gotta talk about that, and then we gotta get into Q&A. Yeah.
Yeah, and a reminder, everybody, we just have a few minutes left for submissions. Sarah, I don't know if you have the links ready, but we just have
I
a few
don't.
minutes left
But
for
I'll
the
get 'em.
submissions for the Who's Line and Scenes from a Hat.
Yes, I will post those
you can find them.
one more time.
There's Who's
They
Line.
are about to close. At the ending of this podcast, they will close, and you will miss your chance to submit for Who's Line
Yeah.
for Ponyville Ciderfest.
So, a few of us are going to be going this weekend to Ponyville Ciderfest in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, always a real fun convention. Hopefully some of you... Actually, let us know, anyone in the chat that's going to be going. It's so much fun. Like, if you're... This is one of those conventions where I never really thought of, like, Milwaukee as, like, a destination. Like, oh, I should go here. But, man, from the first time we ever went, I love going out to Milwaukee. It's real
Yeah, it's
nice.
great.
It's actually real quiet, too. It's pretty.
It's a nice city.
Yeah, it's a very tame, nice city. It feels like a small town, but with skyscrapers, almost. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna be going out. We have a lot of panels, which we're gonna be taking part of. Saber, we got another Who Would Win panel that's gonna be going on.
Yep.
Cool. And then yeah, a Bronies React, of course, the Who's Line, like we said, we're getting all set for, so encourage everyone to at least participate right now if you're able to. We're also going to have a new person on for this Who's Line, a first timer.
Jay
I
Holler.
don't know. Yeah, I didn't know if we were going to keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
But yes, Jay Holler is going to be the new Gabe.
He'll be better.
Is he the new Gabe or the new Beavids?
Yes.
Well, Beavids isn't replaceable.
Ouch.
I was waiting for something.
I was like, yep, wait.
But yeah, so we'll have Brony's React panel 12:30 to 1:30 on Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to get some sleep at some point. That'll be in the main hall. I'm just going through. I think the Who Would Win panel is on Friday. Yep, 3 to 4 in the Barley Room. And then just scrolling through the Barley Room.
Barley.
I think
Barley.
we also
Barley.
have community guest meet and greet from 6 to 7 o'clock in the Apple Orchard. Whose Line is going to be from 10 to 11 a.m. on Saturday.
In the morning.
As well as a bunch of other fun stuff. I think we have a podcast panel on Sunday.
Yeah, I think that's our last one.
It's our last panel that we're running.
Yeah, the last one, and that's the first one of Sunday.
Yeah. Is there anything else on Saturday that I'm forgetting? Are we doing a YouTuber panel?
Yeah, I think we are. Let's see. Is it on Saturday? Let's see. I'm scrolling down.
Me too.
Because it's either on Saturday or Friday.
I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah, in the Barley Room, 4:30 to 5:30.
Oh, 4:30 to 5:30
on Saturday.
Why don't I see it? I'm looking at the schedule.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. So we're gonna have a full schedule here. We'll also be helping out with some other things throughout the weekend. I know Saber's gonna be. Well, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of other things that are gonna be going on. So keep an eye on Twitter if you're not gonna be out there. If you are gonna be out there, can't wait to see you guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you haven't ever made it up to Ciderfest, try to make plans to go to this one. It's so much fun. The food is amazing.
Okay.
The people are great.
All right. So shall we go into Q&A?
Yeah, and this will probably be a shorter Q&A session today.
Sorry, guys. We had a lot of stuff that we had to cover.
Yeah. I think we're gonna aim for the cutoff at 8:15 our time, so about 20 minutes, and then we'll chop.
Okey-doke. All right, I've got the first question here is by Hirosashii. He asks, "Why is having a vacation considered a want?" I don't know where he got this context from. I don't know what the context is, but I mean, I feel like vacation is sometimes like both a want and a need, especially if you work full time. But
I'm confused.
What was the question?
Hirosashii asks, "Why is having a vacation considered a want?" I don't know.
Wait till you get a full-time career, and then you'll realize why.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't get any, summer time after you.
No, there's no summer break in a career.
Yeah.
You work all the time.
Unless you actually work as a teacher.
True.
Yeah.
I should be a teacher.
All of us should be teachers.
We could teach about ponies and friendship.
All right, next question.
Next question. Let's see. Silverblaze asks, "What did it take for you to finally click that you realized you are now a brony?"
For me, it was sitting down and
watching the whole season.
Yeah, and then I went shit, and Steve Harvey smiled.
When I watched it, I enjoyed it, and then I found out that people who enjoyed it were calling themselves bronies, and then I found out that some people actually more than enjoyed it, so I
And you realize
Yeah,
you
I
were one
don't
of
know.
those.
I don't know. The definition, I think, covers a broad spectrum of people. But, like, I like Star Trek too, but I wouldn't call myself a Trekkie. So now I'm wondering if that's accurate.
Do you go to any Star Trek conventions?
But I wouldn't go to My Little Pony conventions if I wasn't invited.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. you come to see us.
exactly. I come to hang with my friend. In fact, I've done that before.
You
So
would
I guess
come
yes.
to
That
see
does
Applejack.
Oh, Applejack! Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Oh my god, everything's white.
oh no.
I'm coming, big man.
Oh my god.
Anyone else?
Oh, when I bought a Rainbow Dash figurine and I was so upset with her hair that I went on DeviantArt and found a tutorial to do it correctly. And I was done doing it. I was like, yeah, maybe I'm into this stuff a little bit too deep.
Let's see. Raspit asks, "Will I be invited to the wedding?" Sorry, my boy. Family and close friends have priority, and we don't want to
But
spend.
now's your chance. You got to get into their family somehow.
Wait, what if Sarah? What if we sold admission? Then we would
It's a
actually
Patreon reward.
Oh my god, no.
Oh no.
we would make money at our wedding.
No. I'm not gonna
Profit.
sell tickets
You're
to
in-
our wedding.
You're like it's the ceremony and all you hear is the unzipping of the pants.
Oh no.
No, stop it.
Applejack!
Alright, Chase
They have
asks,
really weird faces.
Chase asks, y'all like taters? I like taters.
I like
Freaking
taters.
love taters.
Taters are great.
We love taters here in the bear.
We all love taters here.
Potatoes!
Get out.
Potatoes.
Alright,
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
next question is from
I
Nora
saw
Mermaid.
him at an airport.
My question is for Sarah. Do you have
taller.
any idea of what you want to have for your wedding dress? Something that is relatively cheap and still looks nice. I have not given it any thought as of right now, but I would like to be comfortable and have it be cheap and look relatively nice.
Are you gonna wear Converse underneath your dress?
I probably will. My friend Taylor, she's having
Smart
a
girl.
wedding in 4 months, and she actually is wearing Converse underneath her dress, and all of the bridesmaids, including myself, are going to be wearing Converse as well. And I'm like, God bless you, Taylor. I love you.
I love it.
God bless
she
you,
can do a
Jonathan
backflip.
Taylor Thomas.
Let's see.
I wonder if Taylor likes taters.
She probably
Taylor,
does.
Taylor Thomas. Your Adobe.
Ozzy is the next question, and I'm just gonna read it how it's spelled. Thoughts on the shot before the movie? He means short, but we already kind of gave our thoughts on it. It was cute.
Yep.
I liked it.
Happened.
Ozzy also asks, will MLP movie get nommies at the Oscars?
Nope. Maybe for a technical thing, that's about it.
Maybe for a
don't
song.
think so.
Even then.
The thing is, like, I'm trying to think of like which 5 animated movies from this year would get nominated because the competition isn't strong.
Yeah.
No, you're right. This might be the year for foreign films.
Despicable
But
Me.
I haven't even heard of foreign animated films that are big. Like last year, we were hearing about Your Name and all that stuff.
Yeah. Though that wasn't nominated last year, so it might actually get nominated this year because it came out in the US this year, so.
Oh, weird.
All right. MARS or MARs asks,
Mrs.
ACRacebest, is there a general time frame that we can expect the low budgets to come out? I guess they're talking about season 5.
Haha! It's I don't know if they know, but I released a trailer for the low budgets today.
And that has
So-
a release date?
No, it's just coming soon.
Okay.
So
Oh.
soon.
So the time frame is soon.
Yes, but I'm like that's the stuff I'm working on currently right now,
Yeah.
and then I'm about to get pretty heavy into some React editing.
Yay!
Toga Spookachoo asks, apples or strawberries?
They're
Strawberries for
both
me.
great.
Ooh, they're both good.
Yeah, but I like strawberries more.
That's the apples.
See, I can bite into a strawberry with ease. I actually, like, ever since I had braces, I just do not eat, like, I do not chomp into an apple. I have to cut it up first and then eat it. So strawberries is easier to do. What?
I'm just trying to think. I think I'm going to say apple.
Okay.
Just because I feel like that's an easier, like, breakfast is to grab an apple than one strawberry.
Except I don't think you've ever had an apple for breakfast.
What does he eat for breakfast?
Does apple strudel count?
Protein bars, or if I buy him muffins, he eats muffins.
Flan?
Muffin.
No, like blueberry muffins.
Yeah. Like just flan. I'm like
flan. Yeah. Let's see. Digital Arrow asks, "What type of ending do you want for Friendship is Magic?"
They all die.
Twilight wakes up and she's late to Celestia. Back in.
She's late for Celestia's like class, and like it's at the beginning of the series.
No. No, Bran wakes up and he's in bed and he can't move.
Oh my god.
I was actually speaking to Saber about this not too long ago. I would actually love for all like the really strong characters and supposedly really strong characters Celestia to like come together and like have like a raid against like super powerful evils like Tyrek and Chrysalis and maybe some other villains they'll make in the future, like all come together and it's like a huge battle between good and evil, and they pull out all the stops, like everyone shows all their moves. I would love that. That would be super dope. Because apparently Celestia's strong.
Watch the I guess you'd call it series finale. Literally be like the season opener from this year where everyone's just talking. Like, oh.
Ross Pitt asks, "What are you going as for Halloween this year?"
Oh, there we go. What are you guys doing?
Anyone dressing up?
I'm gonna be in South Dakota.
Aww.
I'm gonna be Judy Hopps.
Like he was last year.
Every Halloween from this point forward, I will be Judy Hopps.
Yeah, Jeffrey was asking me what I was gonna be, but I really don't have any idea. I don't think I'm.
You should be Judy Hopps too.
No, we don't have anything that we're going to that requires costumes of any sort. Like,
see, it's a good thing I wasn't going to propose at a Halloween party. Why are we going? Well, you know.
Put on the ears. Put on the ears.
Sketch Media asks, "What could we expect for this year's Halloween Bronies React?"
Nothing. Yeah. You could take My Little Pony.
Well, there's not going to be a Halloween Bronies React. There is going to be the Perfect Pair episode, which is going to be in the works. I don't know when that's going to come out because I'm still waiting on footage from a few people. So.
David!
What? No. Saber got me his footage.
You did? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I made an assumption.
I did it early.
Yeah, both. Actually, funny enough, Saber and you, Gabe, both did the same thing. You guys filmed both at the same time.
Oh, yeah. See, that's efficiency.
Paleo, do I have your footage?
No. Yeah, I should have done that, but I didn't.
Tisk. Well, you'll have time this weekend.
And that.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have time this weekend.
That is the last question that I'm seeing. So.
All right, so that's cool, because that means we're only going 5 minutes over our usual. Then, in that case, again, want to thank everyone for coming out. There's going to be a lot of vlogs for those that aren't going to be at Ciderfest. For those that will be at Ciderfest, we will see you guys there. Ponyville Ciderfest happening this week in Milwaukee. If you're sitting around with nothing to do, just fly out. Come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. A reminder that Equestria LA is it's actually exactly a month from right now. We would be on Saturday. Yeah. So Equestria LA is also coming. That'll be in Anaheim, California. A lot of stuff coming, and yeah, we'll be back. Now it's gonna be interesting. No, actually, I think when we're
November
back,
1st.
November 1st. Yeah.
Yes.
So November 1st, it'll be the day before my birthday.
Yeah.
There you go.
2 days before your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the Semi Perfect podcast. We'll see you on November 1st.
Thank
Adios.
you.
Bye bye, dim ponies.
Love you all.
Applejack.
Applejack!